According to Monster Hunter Wiki, Namielle is an elder dragon that has aspects of manta rays, deep-sea fish, and jellyfish. Its massive wings are colored black on top and a light blue on the underside with rainbow luminescence that pulses constantly.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lily and today we're going to do a eyeshadow look inspired by the monster Namielle from Monster Hunter. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color dark brown. I'm just outlining my brows, then filling them in. Then I'm going to be using the spoolie to blend it out. So using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel in dark brown, I'm going to apply that onto my brows. And go back in with the spoolie. Blend that out. Be using the e.l.f. concealer in light. And just cover my eye bags. Any blemishes on my nose. Then I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with my fingers. I'm going to fix my brows a little because I think they're a bit uneven. So I'm going to be using the Artistry Exact Fit Perfecting Loose Powder. Focusing on my T-zone because I do get oily here. I'm going to put We're going to focus on the eyeshadow and I'm going to bring you in a bit closer. So for the eyeshadow, there is a really beautiful sort of gradient on Namielle. So we're going to recreate that sort of beautiful gradient that he has, that they have on their wings. So I'm going to be taking this Morphe palette and starting off with this black shade right here, and we're going to gradually build up the colors from there. Closer to the lashes, you're going to put the black and repeat the same thing on the other side. And I'm actually mixing two shades of black from the Morphe palette. Now going back in with this fluffy brush, we're going to go take this orange shade, from the Morphe palette, and put it into our crease. And we're going to do the same on the other eye. We're going to take a blue from the Fairy Tale Storybook Cosmetics palette, and we're gonna go in with the shade Prince. This shade. I'm taking that same shade, we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Now that we have that blue, we're going to go back into this Morphe palette and we're going to grab this purple shade and put that above the blue. And you really want to create a smooth blend from in between the layers so that it just kind of blends in nicely. And the other colors. And you're going to repeat the same thing on the other eye. Don't be afraid to blend the purple into the blue or into the orange a bit where they meet, while still controlling where the layers are so that each color can stand out where it needs to stand out, but also blends in where it needs to. And you can always go back in with colors that you already applied if any areas need brightening or fixing. But I do recommend that you use a different brush for the orange color in comparison to the darker colors. Go back into this Storybook Cosmetics Fairy Tales palette with the blue and just reapply that to make it more pigmented. Now I'm going to go back in to the Morphe palette with that black shadow shade again, mixing those two blacks and darkening closer to my lashes again. And if you get any under your eye, you can just go in with a Q-tip and wipe it off. Just to make sure that the orange is still there, I'm going to go back in the orange around the edges to make it a bit more brighter. For Namielle, she, I keep saying she, but there's actually no gender to the monster. But for Namielle, in between the wings, there's a sort of rainbow light that goes on here, and I would like to replicate that underneath my eye. I'm going to be using the yellow from the Sailor Moon X Colourpop collection and taking that yellow, popping it under my waterline here, just because the colors on the wing, it starts with an orange, but I want to use the same brush because I'm a bit lazy, so I don't want to use the darker colors first because then the yellow won't show up, so I'm using the yellow first. Next, I'm going to go back into that Morphe palette and get that same orange and put it on my inner corner on the bottom lash, bottom area, under eye. I'm going to go into the Hello Charmers by Boxycharm, going in with the color Charmer. And then next color is going to be purple, so we're going to go back into that Morphe palette using the same purple that we did on our upper lid. I'm placing that next to that. then after that we do have like a bright pink color, so I'm going to use the Sailor Moon X Colourpop collection and go in with the shade Love. On the end of the rainbow for the Namielle, there's orange again, so I'm just gonna finish this off with some orange once again. And because the blue that I picked is a bit more green than it is in the palette, I'm going to go back in with the Boxycharm palette and choose the color Full Size and place that in between the yellow and the other color that I chose. Colorful under area is done, and there's this beautiful gradient that reflects the colors of Namielle's wings, as you can see. For eyeliner, I'm going to go in with Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Intense Black. And we're just going to draw a nice liner. This eyeliner seems a little bit dried out, so I'm actually going to go back in with a different liner. I'm going to be using Araceli, the Ojos Perfectos liquid liner in Noche. And just fixing the outer wing. So that's the finished eyeshadow look, and I'm going to zoom you guys back out and then finish the rest of my face. Just because there was a bit of fallout, I'm going to go back in with a bit of concealer to cover any of the fallout and kind of fix my overall complexion. I'm just going to brush away some of the fallout and reapply concealer where it's needed. That it looks good. Using the ITSMYRAYERAYE palette from BH Cosmetics, I'm going to use the bronzer shade. It's going to be the shade Mocha. So just draw and then the same thing on the other side. I'm doing it on my forehead and on my jawline as well. The next step that we're going to do is blush. I'm going to go with the Nouveau Neutral BH Cosmetics 26 color shadow and blush palette. This one looks like this, and I'm going to go in with this orange shade just because it's not as bright as the pink shades and because I want it to kind of match the outside of my shadow. And do the same on the other side. No flash needed, focal point glow lighter from Cosmetics. And take a brush and on my nose and on the other side as well. And I'm going to take a bit and put it on my nose bridge here. So for lips, we're going to go in with this Frozen lipstick from the Frozen X Colourpop collection. I really love the design of this. It's so cute. And this is called Little Snow. And we're just gonna pop it on the middle. So kind of create a gradient on our nose. So then after that, I'm going to use my finger and smooth it out like that. I want it to be a little bit darker, like more intense in the middle. So I'm just gonna apply another coat. Up top. Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. And this is the finished look, and I'm going to get changed and do some close-ups. You enjoyed this video. This was my Namielle inspired Monster Hunter look, and if you'd like to see more content from me, please subscribe, like, and comment, and as always, have an amazing day. Bye!